On the table, there's a couple of things. There's a card that has a picture of a woman. And this was one of the women who met with us. Actually, there's two women that have left us, three women that have left us from the original group of launch ambassadors. But Karen Garcia passed away of breast cancer. She did it her way. I don't remember from how long she was diagnosed to. She died in June of 2019, but she did it her way. The doctors told her what they wanted to do. Of course, that's going to be mine, right? If there's crickets in the room, it's my phone. Sorry, guys, that's rude. Oh, I don't even know how to turn it off. You turn my phone. Anyway, but we have what we call pay it forward cards. We actually brought the author of the book Pay It Forward to St. Louis with another women's group years ago. And I actually, I'll tell a story on myself. I actually thought after reading the book, has anybody seen the movie or read the book Pay It Forward? Does anybody remember what it was all about? About the world changing. A fifth grader comes up with an idea to change the world. And when you read the book, he did it. And so in my head, if a fifth grader can do it, why can't I? So we actually brought the author of the book to St. Louis. We had her in front of fifth graders, which is her favorite audience, at the arena, the family arena. We also had her at Washington University, and she spoke to our group. But the world didn't change. It changed for some of the people that were there. Little kids went out. Some of them were collecting hats for kids with cancer. There were some things that happened, but we didn't change the world. But I'm not giving up on it. So like, we're here now. We can change the world by things we do. So Karen's card, Pay It Forward, if you do something nice for someone in her honor. And we actually got the idea from a little girl who passed away named Robin. I can't remember Robin's last name. It starts with an S, but her family did Pay It Forward cards when she passed away. And I think it's a wonderful way to remember those that we love. Upcoming events, we have another group that meets here on the third Wednesday. It's Experts for Entrepreneurs. You are all welcome to attend as my guest. And Karen, I don't have the vision and mission. You got it? We started with one. I don't know about how many of you with businesses or personal mission statements, but you have one, and then you develop another one, and then you keep going till you get the one that feels right. And this took us a long time, but this is really what we stand for, is to be the change. That anybody who walks into our space feels that they can be the change, to inspire action, give voice and clarity to the dreams of individuals, creating a ripple effect that positively impacts the social and economic well-being of our communities. So that's that. Karen? And again, I hope somebody walks out of here with great connections.
Thank you, Karen. I do want to let you know that there's always an opportunity to be a sponsor. If you want to be a sponsor, it's $100. It includes a pre-event and a Facebook Live, as well as 3 minutes, and then a Facebook Live Karen Jenkins video. But at this time, I would like to bring up Heidi Maxwell and let her share with us about Aspire Construction Services.
Thanks, Karen. Good morning, guys. I'm Heidi Maxwell. I work for Aspire Construction. I'm their company coordinator. We're a general commercial contractor in the St. Charles area. We're 3 years new. We have built a police station at the St. Charles Community College. That's our first ground up building that we've done. We do a lot of work down at Four Seasons. We are remodeling their guest rooms on their 3rd floor right now. We do teeny tiny jobs as well. We'll put a wall in your business just to separate people, or if you need plumbing or electrical work, we can guide you to that subcontractor that can get that to happen for you. Grant Kruger is our owner. He came from Perrick. He has about 20 years experience in the industry. He's amazing. Like, he will sit with you and help you understand if you have questions. And I know for women, we don't always know what to do when it comes to construction. So he's a great resource. Reach out to me. I can put you in touch with him. I'm learning construction, but it's been super exciting. Just the name of the company alone is like where I'm supposed to be. So thank you, guys.
Thank you, Heidi. Well, at this time, it's time to have a little fun because it's our social media moment. So you need to take a photo of the group at your table or the whole room or whatever you want to do. But the point is, so it's put on social media. So you want to make sure that it has the hashtag either CPWSTL or hashtag networking or both. And don't forget to tag the people in the photos.
Okay, everybody, online, smile. Smile and wave, you take a picture, and that's what I'll post. We love CPW, smile, 1, 2, 3. There we go, got it. Thank you.
Okay, everyone online, are you doing this too?
I don't know how to do that.
I love this. Rebecca and Lisa are taking pictures and you online are in the background. So all of you are on too.
Oh, God, you guys are so cute. That's so funny. I love it. Got it. That's the one I'm.
Okay, everybody got it on, got it tagged. It's going to be exciting morning getting there. Okay. Well, okay. Okay, you ready? Let's get moving here. Okay, if you have these little cards on your table, so we want to explain what this is. It's the collaboration card. So as you go around the table here, and there's a template you're going to go around with. I'm going to show you how to do that. But as you go around, if you've got ideas for the people at your table, obviously on chat, you can do the same thing, but make sure that you share with them the information that you can help them with in the areas they're looking for help. Okay, now your template is actually right inside your program for today. And it tells you exactly what we're looking for. I'm going to read you mine, give you an idea. Hi, my name is Karen Fox. I'm better known as Karen the Connector. Our company specializes in coaching business owners and their teams who are ready to accelerate their growth, looking for partnerships and connections with banks who bring in value-added speakers for their business. In the professional life right now, I'm needing introductions to groups looking for speakers on leadership and communication. In my personal life, I'm looking for new windows, and in the next 60 days, I want to have those new windows put in. How's that? Okay. Okay, so now what we need you to do is the table facilitators will start. They're going to keep you on time. You'll hear a chime ring when it's time to move to the next person. So you only get 60 seconds. This is not to tell your life story. It's just 60 seconds and go through the template and it'll keep you on time. And let's begin.
Okay, for those of you online, we are gonna, I'm gonna put you into groups of about, and let's see if we can do this easily. I know Sue said she couldn't do it, so we're gonna, oops. Oh, technology. All right, so Sue, you just don't have to go into a room. Everybody else good going into a room? All right, if you end up with, what I may have to do is once we get into the room, if I have to move people around, I will do that very quickly, but just so beware. All right. So in the room, you're going to have to manage your own time. So just, you've got 60 seconds to do the script. I will leave it up on the screen, although I'm not sure you're going to be able to see it. So you may want to either download the file, which is in the chat, or copy the chat. Got it, Ellen. Okay, thanks. And or grab the information that I put in the chat, which is the questions. Everybody got that? You can also take a quick picture of the script on your phone if you need to. All right, so let's get going. Here we go. And if you can't join the room, just don't join it.
Mhm.
And then I'll move people around if you need to. Diane, are you gonna be able to join a room? Okay, you should have a button. Do you have a button that says join? And Pam, do you have a button to join? There we go. Oh, and Jenny Gurry, okay, there we go. 3.
Tiffany, if you can hear me, now would be a good time to say something so I can test out the speakers.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I still
you hear me
can't.
now?
Okay. I'm going to keep playing. Just keep your mic open.
Okay,
Tiffany, say something one more time.
how about now? Can you hear that? Hear me now? How about now? Come on, technology. How about now?
Try one. Oh, sorry.
about now?
Try one more time.
How about now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Okay. I know how to solve the problem with like masking tape.
Got it.
Tiffany, can you hear me now? Tiffany, can you hear me? Yes, she can hear me. Woohoo! We're back in business. All I can say is kudos to Sheva with all that technology. Give her a big hand. Aren't you all doing like I am? Whew, glad it wasn't me today. Okay, well, typically we have the dream tank, and if you have a dream for your business, it includes a pre-event as well as 3 minutes. But our person for the dream tank today, Margot Sutter, has a medical reason that she is not here today. I'm going to read her information, but we're going to take a little different turn here. Margot Sutter has had a lifelong love of horses. She started Equus Rescue and Therapy, formerly Mid-America Horse Rescue, in 2007, became a 501c3 in 2009, and then reformed
Hi, I'm
into
Margot Sutter.
Equus
And I'm
Rescue and Therapy in 2016. They rescue, rehab, and retrain off-the-track thoroughbreds and other horses that find themselves in dire straits, many times headed to slaughter. The incredible creatures find their second chance through serving at an at-risk community of veterans who live with PTSD, Warriors, HEAL, Horses Enlightened Awareness and Learning, Children, Equine Angels for At Opportunity Youth, and Equus Rescue Readers Program. So keep her in your prayers, and the fact that she's not here because of a medical reason, no one would just not be here, right? And, but at this time, we're going to turn it over and let Sheva show us a video, but we're going to show it on, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. No, I'm not, but I can. Okay, come on up.
The founder of Equus Rescue and Therapy based in Millstadt, Illinois. We rescue I'm the founder of Equus Rescue and Therapy based in Millstadt, Illinois. Doing therapy based in Millstadt.
I was going to try not to cry after that video, but it's pretty hard for me because my husband and I are pretty invested in this organization from day one when I met Margot. And that picture of her is practically a picture that I had put up in a vision board. And I thought it was me. And then I met her through Karen coming into a dream tank. So it's very appropriate that I am here during a dream tank representing Margot, because I texted her last night after she called and I said, I've got your back. I've got your six, because she is in the hospital and she is, there's nobody like Margot. She is a force of nature, much like these horses. And it's been an honor to walk alongside her. I can't lift like she lifts, but I have some passion that I get to share. And maybe with all of you, if you know, there's so many ways. There's something out there for everybody. There's volunteering, there's sponsorship, there's photography, there's bringing your kids out. We have rescue readers on Sundays, which started in the summer and is probably winding down, but these kids are coming out and they're practicing their reading to the horses. And I met one of the moms on Sunday, and she is a powerhouse. Her husband, powerhouses, and they have a child with dyslexia who loves horses. So she's spearheading this program and bringing her friends out and doing snow cone fundraisers for the kids. Or for the horses. And so we have meditation circles while Pam Hughes is in town. So if anybody's interested in checking out what a horse meditation is like, it'll change your life. We, as the board, and Karen, just this past Monday, did a horse horse board retreat, and it changed all of our lives profoundly with the few minutes in the round pen that we had with that horse. And I have a picture. I wish I had gotten it to Heidi, because I said, gosh, if I could do that in a round pen, then I can do anything, like conquer my fears of public speaking and early mornings. And I've done both in one morning. So here I am. And I hope that you might be inspired to just check out the website. You know, if you know a veteran, let us know. Call the number on the website and say, this program is free for veterans. And it's Fridays. Every Friday, we have a horse trainer that comes in and does this program from his heart for them. So thank you for letting me represent you, Margo. And thank you, Karen, for the intro.
Thank you. How many of you have ever done equine coaching? I have experienced it, and there's nothing like it. Absolutely. Okay, in order of importance, Nikki is a mother, wife, connector, and a health insurance broker. Being a health insurance broker allows Nikki to pursue her passion in connecting with people. She enjoys meeting people where they are and providing the information and resources that allow them to navigate their way through this complex and ever-changing landscape. This role has opened a vast network she never knew existed, and the ability to be her own boss, a gift she is grateful for every day. Prior to becoming a health insurance broker, Nikki worked at WashU for 16 years, where she was an HR and compensation manager in the School of Engineering and associate director of graduate recruitment and admissions in the business school. While at WashU, she received her master's certificate in international affairs and her executive MBA from Washington University's online business school. Nikki has lived and worked internationally for 14 years in Germany, Ukraine. I'll take your word for what the next one is, where she served in various professional roles, including a stint as a Peace Corps volunteer. She has also been a ski instructor at Hidden Valley in St. Louis for many years. Nikki is the proud mother of 19-year-old twins, Margot and Jacob, and is married to Tom, a Social Security disability attorney. They have lived in Webster Groves, Missouri for the past 16 years. Nikki is a community leader through the Webster Groves Chamber of Commerce, Rotary Club, and Alliance for Interracial Diversity. She loves to travel, spend time in nature, and experience life fully with friends and family. I give you Nikki Limley.
Karen. All right, and so we have slides, and if you can go on to the next one, Heidi, that'd be great. So a brief bio, and you've heard a little bit about that, but in St. Louis, where you went to high school, is kind of a big deal. So I went to Kirkwood High School and now live in Webster. So that's even a bigger deal, kind of the traders there. I grew up here. I've always lived here. When we moved back from living abroad, we had the choice of moving to Denver. My sister was begging me to go there. And my husband is like, no, St. Louis is very special. We've got this very special place here and deep friendships that I think you don't find other places. As Karen said, I lived in Germany, Ukraine, and the word she couldn't pronounce was Azerbaijan. It's a former Soviet country. We called it the armpit of the former Soviet Union. It's the most furthest south. It is on the border of Iran. There is literally oil seeping out of the ground there, you guys. I mean, it's incredible. So there is a huge presence of oil companies. My kids were 2 when we went there. And it was kind of scary because the closest place for real healthcare was Dubai, which was a 3-hour flight. And like you would be turning a corner and there would be no sidewalk. So with my 2-year-olds running around like banshees, we were there for 3 years and I was very relieved to get back home again. But it was a wonderful experience. I mean, it's beautiful, and the time that we had there was incredible. Also, as Karen said, I've been in HR for over 20 years, worked in graduate recruitment and admissions, was my most current gig with WashU, retired 4 years ago, and I had no idea what entrepreneurship was like. I pinch myself every day. I think that it is the most amazing experience, the freedom and the ability to just live the day in your own way and engage with people in a totally different way. I've been a health insurance broker for 3 years, and it's been a journey, and open enrollment's coming up. But as I'm going to tell you later, I'm an advocate for anybody who has questions about health insurance. And it's a very safe space. You don't have to do business with me. I just want to be able to help people navigate this very scary abyss. And then I also have the privilege of being engaged with the Webster Groves Rotary Club and working with Rebecca now, who is our executive director and who we are devastated will be retiring, but you should talk to her about her story. She is pursuing many passions that she has in the irons in the fire. And so she's an amazing woman. So I encourage you to connect with her, look them up online. We are going to miss her so much. And then I'm also involved with the Alliance for Interracial Dignity and the AID, we call it. It's very unique in Webster Groves, and it's all about connecting. And so it's definitely worthwhile checking into. These are my passion projects. When I retired, I had FOMO, fear of missing out. So I signed up for everything, and I've distilled it down to this. And now, of course, Gateway to Dreams with Karen. All right, next slide. So the first passion is my children. And so this is Margot and Jacob, spelled the same way as Margot, our equestrian, which is pretty unusual, but this is them. So we're just going to click through just real fast. The next one. This is me with Jean Kennedy when we lived in Azerbaijan, kind of my one little claim to fame. She was amazing. We spent a lot of time with her. She was hilarious. She's deceased now, but when we went out to dinner, she would like escape from the security guys and she had me go with her. So we were like wandering around the city, Baku, and these security guys kept trying to find us and she kept wanting to escape. So that was really a fun night, but she's an interesting lady, so smart and full of so many stories. And this is their age when we were there in Azerbaijan. Next slide. This is them at the ball game. Next slide. Fortnightly, I was the etiquette instructor that night. Next slide. We had a foreign exchange student from Spain. We got to spend time with her at the Missouri Botanical Garden recently. She came with her sister, had a lovely night at Whitaker Festival, and she lived with us for a year and went to Webster. And she came speaking hardly any English. And the math teacher, when we've had our first meeting, he's like, I don't know if, Sophia's going to be a fit for this class. And I had to have the awkward conversation, what do you think, Sophia, maybe switching classes? And she's like, no, it's good. She ended up being at the top of her class. And the math teacher had to say, yeah, I guess I kind of reassessed her. So she was a rock star. This is Margot and Jacob. This was on their graduation piece. They're both at Mizzou, and they are my first passion, along with my being a wife, as well as health insurance broker right now. This is our dog, Archer, in Huntsville, where my in-laws are from. Next slide. And so my vision. So to live life fully while collaborating with people in highly meaningful ways. And I've heard that message over and over, through our inspirational quotes, through people sharing. And being retired and then COVID has really given us all an opportunity to be much more introspective and just kind of distilling down the words that really resonate for me is this, and it carries through. It's kind of like the lens that you look at life through now. And it's just really made a difference for me, getting up in the morning and thinking in this way. And then the mission is to provide education and resources so customers can make informed decisions about their health insurance options. So this is, very business focused, but all of that through that lens feeds into this. Meeting people where they are and providing complex information, which is extremely complex. The more I learn, the more I realize there is to learn out there. And I've been doing this for 3 years already in a way that's understandable to them. So making it, explaining it in a way that makes sense so that they can carry that over into their life. And then advocating for anyone seeking assistance in navigating their way through their health insurance options. So health insurance is complex. There are lots of options out there. There's constantly new things coming along. There are going to be a lot of changes in this next year. Some of them not so great, some of them okay, but it is ever changing. And so talking to somebody, and you guys know, when you talk to a financial advisor, health insurance agent, having somebody who is in that lane, who is on top of all of the changes and who can explain it in a way where they're not taking advantage of you. There are so many, also being in this field for 3 years, I've learned that there are so many really bad people out there selling health insurance, and they're hurting people. I mean, they're costing them a lot, both financially, emotionally, and oftentimes physically, because they're not getting the services that they need. So being able to provide a resource free of charge to people is extremely, extremely important to me. There are a couple things that I wanted. Oh, the next slide, please. Sorry, Heidi. That's all right. So when it comes to partners, which I think is the next slide, I used to think of people in specific fields, like I love to connect with attorneys or financial advisors, but now I'm looking at more individuals and who they are. And as you'll see, one of my partners is women who support women. And I'm going to add to that women who support and promote women, which is definitely a Gateway to Dreams philosophy. And connecting with women who promote women is just really important to me. The energy and getting, we were talking at our table how when we engage with other people, and the message throughout today has been, we get more energy from other people than we give. So that's a gift that we have from engaging. Entrepreneurs in any way, shape, or form. I love entrepreneurs. I've entered this world that has been magnificent. Connectors who create synergistic relationships. We create things that are bigger than ourselves, like Karen has created with Gateway to Dreams. And I'm so, so happy to be back here, Karen. And then innovators and strategic thinkers, because they give me energy. And then that might be the last slide. Yes. So in closing, I just wanted to share Sheva's quote this morning was paying attention to the miracles around us. And that says so resonated with me. I've got 2 books that I'm going to be giving away to whomever. And the title of the chapter that I wrote in one of the books is The Miracle of the Mundane. And so looking for those miracles every day. During COVID, I was able to be with my children and be there during those times where they're just kind of hanging out, but things would surface. And all of a sudden is this spark, this part of life that just really is integral to who we are as humans and to and with the people that we love. So any questions, feel free to talk to me afterwards. My time is definitely over. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's like a very big area that I'm entrenched in and I love it. And I'm ready to go for this year. Anything else? It's
So when we were signing up, like I don't even know what I don't know. I don't know what to ask.
so a good broker would walk you through that. Like, where do you want to start? I don't know where I don't know what I don't know. I do like a short presentation describing Medicare and what are the differences, and then letting you ask the
For
questions.
those that didn't hear me, I asked, or I said, I don't know the questions to ask. And that brings me to something a guy friend of mine, and I can't remember what it was right now, but Karen Fox, the frequently asked questions and the should ask questions. Like if I was sitting with you, can you tell me what should I be asking? Like the should ask questions. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we don't know what we don't know.
Yeah.
Like you know more in your fingernail than,
Mhm.
you know. So what are my questions? Like if you were going to tell this room, what are 3 things we should ask?
Well, what I do is education. So I'm like, okay, so where are you? What research have you conducted? What do you know? Because I want to meet you where you are. But for people who are like, I've done some research, I don't know, I'm totally intimidated. We'll start with like this 5-minute presentation that I have that talks about Medicare. We can also talk about health insurance, but I've got a slide that goes through the pros and cons and what you need to look for. And believe me, questions surface from sharing that information. So it comes kind of organically, naturally as we go through the process. Rebecca.
You'll need a microphone.
Oh.
This will be our last question.
Okay.
You will also
Honey, can you
work
put your question in the chat and we'll ask it that way?
with the program. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It's for business entrepreneurs so that they can have equal footing in the health insurance playing field. It's for employers 2 to 5. You can actually be husband and wife for those 2 employees. It stands for multiple employer, what? I mean, 2 to 50. Oh my gosh, 2 to 50. Yes. Multiple employer welfare association. So up to 50 and then not beyond that. And so it's great. And if you are a chamber member in Missouri, it's unique to Missouri. So unfortunately, if you're in Illinois, it doesn't apply. But so many companies have been able to offer benefits who would not normally be able to do that. So it's a great benefit. So thank you, Rebecca.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, Nikki. That was awesome. Couldn't you feel her heart? That's what makes it beautiful. Rebecca said she worked for her for a year, so she is the best. Okay.
Vote of confidence because she has been, Jimmy has been, has had Heidi as her agent for 2 years. And I'm sorry, Nikki, and Amy has 2 and Sue.
Awesome. Talk about testimonial right here in front of everyone. Vote of confidence. Well, Tiffany Hockelman gets out of bed each morning for one purpose: to help solopreneurs create an amazing client experience by knowing their own powerful brand identity. Starting out in 2010 as a virtual assistant and freelance graphic designer, Tiffany witnessed several businesses undermining their success with poor graphic design. She soon recognized that small business owners needed help delving deeper than just their visual identity. They needed to identify and cultivate their purpose. Driven by this mission, Tiffany has built a virtual team offering brand consulting and implementation. Her secret love for systems and spreadsheets ensures her clients can deliver on their brand promise. Please welcome my friend, Tiffany Hockelman.
Thank you, Karen. And here I am, the magic of the magic of the internet. Hi, all my Zoom friends. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, good. We've been having some audio issues back there, so I told them to wave frantically at me if they lose my audio. Well, hello. It's so good to be here in person. Usually I'm one of those little boxes up there, so it's great to see you all. So Karen asked me to come share my story about delegating, and it all started with a networking meeting similar to this, where somebody said to me, well, congratulations, Tiffany, you've created yourself a job, not a business. I was furious because I was about a year in, and I had started my business with the pure intention of never having to manage another person in my life because I hated it. I had done it in my previous job and it was terrible. I wanted to do the work. I wanted to help my clients, keep my head down, do the work, make the money, live the freedom that entrepreneurship was supposed to provide me. And this idea that I had created myself a job instead of a business was such an affront to everything that I had just created. It took me a few months and I finally realized she was right. Because what happened is that I hit a ceiling. I hit a ceiling of time. I could only do so much. I couldn't work any harder. I had only so much energy. I couldn't do anymore. And I wasn't making the money that I thought I should be able to make. Dang it, she was right. I had created myself a job that I was getting up, doing every day and coming home, even though I was working in my basement, coming home and going back to my family life. So then I started trying to figure out, okay, well, how are you supposed to do this? I read the book E-Myth. How many of you read the book E-Myth? Online folks, anybody read the book E-Myth? It's kind of the quintessential entrepreneurship book. And I thought, well, this sounds interesting. Systems, huh? But I couldn't figure out how, because the book doesn't necessarily talk about how. Nobody could tell me how. It tells you need it, but not the how. And so I went on this journey to try to figure out, systems sounded cool, but how do I do that? And then I had a coach who was challenging me to also start delegating. And I literally wrote, I actually found my notes a couple of months ago that said, well, what the heck am I supposed to delegate? Like I really had no clue because I was so used to doing everything myself. I had a lot of fears with this whole idea of delegating or not delegating. I had sold myself to my clients. So I was certain that they only wanted me. They wanted my style. They wanted me to do the work, that God forbid, if I had ever told them that I had a team, I thought for sure they'd fire me. What kind of a egotistical idea was that? I thought I was going to dilute my own brand that I'd been working so hard to create. I thought that the idea of management, because my previous job, I had managed 12 people and I hated it. So in my mind, management was all about fixing the work that they had done. And I was going to have to redo it. I thought it was going to be managing their drama and putting out their fires. And I was afraid of getting the wrong people involved. So this idea of management to me did not seem like something that offered me the freedom that I thought entrepreneurship was going to offer me. I was afraid of it not being done the Lone Orange way, the way that I wanted it done. I just thought it was going to be more of a hassle and a headache than it was going to be worth. But on the other hand, I had this problem of not enough time, not enough energy, not enough money that I had to solve as well. So I had to figure out where to go from there. So the way I got started is actually the coach who was suggesting to me that I needed to delegate. And I said, well, what the heck am I supposed to delegate? She challenged me one day because I was telling her that I needed to go drop something off for a client. And it was going to be a half-hour drive there and half-hour drive back and such a waste of time and blah, blah, blah. And she said, get a courier. What? Like I really, like my mind literally was blown. I was like, well, but then I got to pay for it. And she's like, get a courier. It'll save you the hour. It won't cost you that much. It'll save you the time and the energy and the money and all that other stuff. I was like, oh, so that was the first thing I delegated. And it was such a relief to get that little thing. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe there are things I can do. So then I hired an accountant, and then I found low risk tasks in my business, things that I didn't like to do, or things that if they got messed up, it wouldn't be that big a deal, to just kind of put my toe in the water of delegating. And I certainly made mistakes. I certainly hired people or brought on people that didn't work, but I learned so much with each one of those mistakes. And now I've got a full team. In fact, last summer, I went on a vacation for 5 weeks unplugged. And my business ran. We made money. My clients were happy. They didn't need me. And the business was running. And that to me was remarkable, that I was able to step away and things. Now it took a lot of work, and it's been over years that we've done this. But to go 12 years ago from, I don't want to hire anybody, to now having a full team where I want more people so that I can do less work. and because they can do it so, like, we just run so much more efficiently. So this whole idea of delegation. So if you can relate to any part of the story, I want to stand up here as the personal story to say you can do it. I get the fear, I get the frustration, I get the hesitation, because I've been there. I'm still there at some points. Like, there are definitely things I don't want to let go of, but you can do it, and you can serve so much more. You can do so much more. If we all have a purpose in the world, and do the business that we're doing, then I feel like we almost have an obligation to do it better and more efficiently and be able to serve more people. So actually, to be able to have the team, I can reach more people than I could ever do on my own. I wouldn't be here if I didn't have a team. My team can run things while I'm here. Otherwise, me being here would be me being away from my desk doing the work and getting the money, right? So having the team has helped grow the business so much more. Now, because I'm a teacher at heart, I wanted to leave you just with a couple of quick steps. Just very quick. I won't have time to talk about and dig into it. I will be, Karen talks a lot about the delegated program that I did last spring, and that will probably be coming back sometime this fall. I don't have details yet, but I wanted to just give you at least a couple of little hints of, if you're looking for ways to delegate, start first with your why. What's the purpose? What's the vision? Why are you even wanting to do this delegation thing? Then the what. So why what? What are you wanting to delegate? What are your clear response and realistic roles that you want somebody else to do for you? And realistic is a key one, because it's very easy to come up with a list of all the things you don't want to do and then try to hire the one person in the world who can do it all. Generally speaking, that person doesn't exist. So just be aware. So just being really clear about what it is that you want someone else to do, and being realistic about that role. It might require a couple of different people. Then, so you got the why, the what, then the how. And the easiest way to bring somebody else into your business is to have the documented systems. And that maybe sounds scary. I tend to geek out on it, which is why I love helping my clients with this, but documenting those systems so that you can hand it over to somebody else, and that it can be done the way you want it done, not the way they'd make it up. So having those documented systems, having the training, having some oversight, but not micromanaging, is super important and possible, as I have found, and I've learned how to do it, how to do it well. So you've got the why, the what, the how, and then it's the who. So making sure that you're hiring people who actually fit and align with your business, with your values, with your company personality. And then also recognize that there are different types of delegation. Sometimes this kind of blows people's minds too. When you're thinking delegation, you can delegate to software. There's so many automation softwares out there. You can actually delegate some of that to them. And then even if you're looking to hire somebody, you can look to hire a doer, somebody who is doing the work, and just, you kind of tell them what to do and they just do it. Someone who is an advisor, someone who you kind of bring into, so my operations manager, I consider her an advisor. She's she's a contractor. So she has her own business. So she's not an employee, But she is my sounding board. She's my right-hand person. She's a trusted advisor. She's very close in my business. And I have an expert. My accountant is an expert. I don't want to know how they're doing what they're doing. I just give them the information. So they're still part of my team, but it's a different type of delegation. So even just recognizing that there's those different types of delegation. So like I mentioned, there will be, I'm sure I'll be doing delegated again coming up this fall. But what I wanted to offer you now is if up here, I've got a QR code and a link for a free resource called 3 Things Every Solopreneur Should Hand Off Right Now. So one, if that's interesting to you, absolutely grab the QR code or the link and download, and you'll get that email. And then everybody on that email list will be the first to hear about the delegated challenge once I do get it going. So if you can relate to having a job, not a business, I get it. I'm here for you. Let's get your business into a business because I know that you can do it. I know that you can create a life where your business isn't solely reliant on you and that you can still be doing all the great work that you do, even while you're sitting on the beach. All right. That sounds good, huh? Awesome. Any question? I don't know if we have time, don't we? Okay, so I've got questions. I don't know, questions on a personal story is weird, but I will answer questions if you have questions. Yeah. Thanks. Oh, Nikki asked who is my perfect client. So I work primarily, thank you, with solopreneurs. And I define that by people who are primarily responsible for their business. So kind of the buck stops with them. That doesn't, to me, I'm a solopreneur, even though I have a team, but my team, none of them are employees. So my people, my ideal client just don't have employees. So and I love working with the people who have had some success and need to take it to the next level. And so we usually start with that branding idea and figure out who you really are and how you're going to show up in the world. And then how are you going to take that to the world by getting those systems in place, getting the right team in place, that kind of thing. Thanks. Good question. Yes.
As I listen to this, it's just like, it sounds too good to be true. I cannot imagine. I just got to be a better student.
It is possible. It takes work. Like I can't tell. I mean, I can say at this point now, I'm like, oh, sure, you can make systems. But when I really think about how long it took, like I've got a gigantic whiteboard in my office and that thing was covered multiple times over, thinking through all of the steps of my systems and thinking through everything that I wanted included in those systems so other people could do it. So it takes work. And the problem is I can't do it for you. Like I would love to just say, here's the template, go make your system. But I know it would. And I keep trying to come up with a way. And I've seen other people offer those. And I'm like, how? Like every business is so different. And the way I want something done is gonna be different than the way you want it done. So I'm trying to figure that out. But so making sure that you're outlining it the way you want it. But then it's so easy for other people to come in and do it for you. Yeah.
Problem I found, I had systems in place.
Okay, good.
but Training the people, I didn't have the time to train them. I should have hired somebody probably that could just train them in those systems.
Yeah.
I think that's what the breakdown was.
Yeah.
Because I tried to see if they could do it on their own. If they had questions come to me, or I'd, come in and I didn't want to micromanage it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had too many other jobs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the problem is broke down with not equipping them to do the job. And I could tell some of them had the skill set.
Mm-hmm.
They just needed direction.
Yeah. It is so tricky. And it's a process for them too. Like even the most brilliant person, if you want it done a certain way, they've got to be able to interpret what you said. They've got to know. And a lot of times we'll write down, what I see a lot of times with our clients with my clients is that I will write things down, but there's so many gaps because there's so many judgment calls that are made in your brain without you even knowing it. Well, if this, then this, if this, then this, and you're not even recognizing that. So I teach kind of a process of pick one system, like brain dump it, then document it, then test it. So test it yourself and then tweak it and then test it and tweak it as much as you need to, and then train on it and then see where they're having the breakdowns and figure out what else needs to be filled in there. So there is, because I'm with you, I don't want to micromanage, but I also want, so I usually like do kind of, if so here's the system, let me show you how to do it. A lot of times I'll make videos, and now let me watch you do it, or now you do it and let me know if you have questions, so that we get to the point where they're comfortable and where I'm comfortable going off and leaving them to do it. Yeah, but it's tricky. And we always assume that everybody thinks the way we do, and we don't. So that is the hardest thing, I think. Yeah.
This is a comment from another company I had, that one of the things I did is I created like an assessment or a test, because I had a barter company and I wanted to make sure that they really understood what they were telling their clients, because if they didn't, they could actually harm them. And so for them to answer yes or no or whatever, even the history, like I just created, I don't know, maybe 20 questions just to see if they were getting everything.
Yeah, that's awesome. See, you had a system. Are there any chat questions back there? Anything else? Any other comments? Yeah. Oh, I put Heidi on something else. So let me.
I think it was last year that I did your delegate challenge, and that was really impressive. I mean, it really helped me to be clear about, I need to get rid of some stuff. I can't do this all myself. And so then after that, I joined your Solo Success Lab, and Tiffany just has a really good grounded business sense. And I've really enjoyed being part of her Solo Success Lab and just getting the clarity. And so a couple months ago, I hired a VA, and it's really made a huge difference for me, because I don't like doing social media stuff, but I still write it, but she's putting it out there and putting it all over various social media platforms. So thank you. I think you inspired me to do that, Tiffany. And I just highly recommend your Solo Success Lab as well. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you, Angie. Yeah, all kinds of great testimonials. Thank you. I appreciate that. And it's exciting to see, like, my favorite thing is when my client comes back and says, I hired a VA. So I was like, yes, we got there. So yeah, so it's exciting. All right. Well, great. Well, thank you all very much. I'll turn it back to Karen.
Thank you. Tiffany is just an amazing communicator. And that's why I think her systems and all are so good, because she communicates them so well. At this time, we're going to do testimonials and shout outs. I'm sorry, Karen.
Need permission, Heidi? I forgot to share something with you guys that's super important for Gateway for our financial growth. We took a hit during COVID and it's been a struggle, but we just got a grant for $10,000 in Google Grant Awards for every month. And I'm sorry, what did I say? So what did I just say wrong? I thought I said that. Okay, it's Google AdWords, 10,000 a month that we're going to be able to promote Gateway, our events, and our magazine. So I just wanted to give a shout out. We need support and we're getting some from Google. So just wanted you guys to know. How can we leverage that? Actually, you might be able to, especially. One of the things, Michelle Burkhart, if anybody knows Michelle, she's a brainiac, a marketing person, and she stepped in to help us write our landing page for this. And so I have not given her the green light yet because I wanted us to be really strategic with it. So anybody who's got the marketing background that might help us with some of our keywords and things like that, and things that Gateway stand for that we can leverage out there. That's a great question. Thank you. And I do want to say too, we are always looking for volunteers, but unlike Tiffany, I have not yet learned how to be a delegator. It's so much easier for me to do it but then I'm always doing it because I don't delegate it. So, but we are always looking for, what I would love to find is someone who loves to delegate that takes the delegate list and delegates.
Fair enough. Okay, Tiffany, how does she find that one? Okay, at this time, though, we are going to do testimonials and shout outs to those that have gotten something from Gateway to Dreams. And so who would like to share how it's impacted your life? Okay. Do you have an
All right. So we work with Karen Keegan at Aspire Construction. We hired her for our photography. She's done our group shots, she's done our headshots. Our website is done differently, but all the photos on there are from Karen. She did a great job for us. And I met her through Gateway to Dreams and she's a gem. Thank you, Karen.
Awesome.
My name's Rebecca now, and I am retiring into a whole new project of Voices of American Her Story. And really, a lot of it came out of Toastmasters and Karen and Gateway to Dreams. One was the fact that I became a reenactor for a 19th century woman. And then one day I was in CPW wearing a name badge that had Elizabeth Cady Stanton on it. And I met Jenny Grace Morris on the Zoom and looked at her, and she had a theater background. And I looked at her and I said, "Would you like to be my Susan B. Anthony?" And she said, yes. So, I mean, I got so much out of this. It was just wonderful. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tracy Miller. I just want to let you know I'm the one that sits up at the front when you beautiful ladies come in. And I want to let you know that I just want to let you know how much you guys mean to me. And what I love to see happen is when you guys pick your numbers for where you're supposed to sit, that matters. That matters. And there are people in this room that are going to say something and you're going to have connections that you can make. So I just love to see the magic that happens in this room. It really is sad that we only meet once a month, but I look forward to this meeting. So I just want to let you know, I hope you guys all have a beautiful day. And I wanted to share that with you.
Thank you, Tracy. Okay, at this time, do we have, oh, I'm sorry. I think she's pointing online. Good morning, everyone. I've already told the story, but I'm going to say it again because something like Jenny wasn't here, so she don't know anything about me or what happened. So I came to Gateway to Dream through Lisanne Lobster, who tricked me and connected me with Karen. She really tricked me, and it was the best trick ever. I think I had asked God for a divine connections because I was in a bubble, and I needed to get out of the box because what is in me is so much bigger than where I was. And I came to Gateway to Dreams. Love at first sight, love at first conversation on the phone. Came here, met Jenny Grace. Came to write your book right now. Hold on. Give me a second. Write your book right now. When I say that Gateway to Dreams has been a blessing. I mean, it has been a blessing to my life. I met Jenny Grace, started coming to write your book right now. Through Jenny Grace, I met Lethea Owens, who is my coach for life. I paid for it and for life. But it was one of the best investment. Michelle Petralia, Peggy Dunn. It's so many people that we're in each other's phone, and whether it's somebody calling because they have a problem or whatever. I mean, friendships I have gained friendships from Gateway to Dreams, and I appreciate everything that we stand for. And when I say we, this is encouragement to you. I think that a good investment for me is to pay what I pay, $60 a month. Yeah, I pay $60 a month. You can blow that
on potato chips in a month. So I would like to encourage everyone, if this is being a blessing to you, keep it going, you know, by supporting and really, really being a part of it. And so I'll stop, but I'm not done. Okay. But write your book right now. I finished it. Started it 6 years ago. I finished it.
Well, not only can that lady speak and coach, but what a voice. She can sing like a bird. This time, Heidi, would you like to come up and complete some of the other things?
We don't have any other testimonials online, but we do have Sabrina who said, hey, I'm there. I'm coming in person next time, right, Sabrina?
Yay.
And, she is our speaker for Write Your Book Right Now, coming up.
So Missy Coleman usually does this part. She's traveling. She'll be back soon. So she's missing today's meeting. But this is our great board. They help Karen. They meet and they brainstorm and they come up with a lot of great ideas, getting us back meeting in person and getting us past this COVID hump and back into everyone's lives. So we're super grateful for all of them. I run the PowerPoint and so it's not going to move, but the next slide would be our volunteers. So we would not be here without the volunteers. So Missy and I are working, we're trying to build up the volunteer program. We're going to meet with the board here soon. So I'm very excited about what we're going to do in 2023. Leaps and bounds, like we are just moving and it's so exciting. So thank you guys for being here. And if you want to volunteer, please reach out to me or Karen or a board member. Find out what your passion is, what your powers are, and we'll put you to work for us. We would love it. So thanks, guys. Nikki brought books, so we do have a raffle.
Okay, there is also the little purple box on your table that is called Change for Change. It doesn't have to be change. There can be dollar bills. We're okay with that. But if you want to bless others, that's a perfect way to do it. And so do we have some that are drawings? Where's our drawing? And okay.
I just want to make sure everybody got a ticket.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember this one. Yes. Anybody have a birthday in September? Okay, Angie gets an extra ticket. Okay. She's done.
I love it. Okay, so we're gonna do the drawing and we have two different couples. Yeah. Okay, the first number is 205-7283.
283. Yay.
An anthology, here's Kathy Davis, the team, and I'm an author in one of the chapters. But they're all St. Louis natives, so yeah, I think you'll like it. Well, thank you. Sure. One more.
Okay, the next one is 205-7281.
Lisa was wanting that bad.
Friend of mine, I'm part of her big table. Excellent book. So happy to.
Awesome. That's awesome. Thank you again, Nikki, for supplying those. We're done with those. Okay. Well, our closing quote for today is "Believe in your dreams. They were given to you for a reason" by Katrina Mayer. May you blessed and have a beautiful day.